I finished a sketchbook. This one, it's a moleskin. It's like 400 pages. It actually took me a while to finish this one. It took me a little over a year, which usually I can finish, well, in the past, I have finished like 2 of these a year. So they're good for just like jotting ideas down, and I'm actually going to start it backwards. This one I'm going to do backwards. Because that was a decision I had made. So instead of opening it like this one, this is going to be the beginning. The back is going to be the beginning for this one. Why? This is my 29th sketchbook, and I've done all of them like this. So for my 29th sketchbook, I'm switching it up, and I'm going from the back. I'm going back to front this time, just because I need to switch it up. I would also like to pull inspiration from my first sketchbook. Really try to rekindle my joy of drawing and doing. I like to keep my goals I don't like to have very many of them, and I like to keep them broad. So I want to continue drawing from life, because it helps me remember stuff too. A page design. Refinement. Continue refinement. Urban meets rural. Ghost trains meet nature. I really like that. I really like trains right now. Sure. And then also just kind of ghost town. And then I would also like to develop character designs again. Also kind of like humanity versus nature, I would say. Those are my 3 albums right now, I would say. Mothership Connection by Parliament, Private Space by Duran Jones, and The Indications and Oasis by Darius. I have to keep tabs in the pocket just because if I do a drawing or jot some ideas down, I like to have something to be like, hey, look at this thing, instead of just losing it forever in the abyss of this 400-page book. And I also work at a popcorn shop, so I have a little popcorn machine. So I'm keeping that. Originally, with this one, I was super into like sketchbook YouTube and stuff like that. At this point in my life, I really wanted to go to animation school, and I really wanted to just make art my career. Really bad. But I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't want to go into a fuck ton of debt for art school or any kind of school, really. So I did a 1.5 years of community college, realized school just wasn't for me, and so the rest of the time I have spent pretty much just like fumbling around in the dark as I try to teach myself these skills that I know I need, but I don't have structure with, you know? So like with school, it's very much like, here are your assignments, get these done. Here's your task, do it. So as I'm kind of tying back to literally the beginning, it's very interesting to see because it's made me realize how much self-doubt I've had for so long. You know, it's like a lot of these drawings that I was doing at like 17 and 18, they're not bad. They're actually pretty decent. You know, they're pretty good. But I just never believed in myself to do that. You know, I never believed in myself. I never thought I was good enough. And so it's like, this is the kind of thing I want to get back into, but instead of just drawing Pinterest pictures, I want to take the silhouettes of these clothes and make a character out of it. I want to get more into like briefings and like, okay, here's an idea. Create something from the idea. The first, number 29, you know? It hasn't even been a full 10 years yet. I finished this in 2017. It's 2025 now. But I can already tell that this is a turning point. You know, it's like, I feel like I never really truly understood it, and I've just kind of been stumbling around and fumbling a lot. Fumbling a lot. So also what I would like to do is develop a sense of style, which I've started. You know, kind of taking the image I have in my head and putting it there. Oh, I really like this one. I also really like tattoos. I gotta write the dates on here for when I finished, because that's what I do. I always write the dates. The sketchbook start. And when I finished it. Posca pens aren't cool anymore, it turns out. Posca pens are not cool anymore. They're not the new hit brand. In fact, there are a bunch of other brands that are the new hit brand. But you know what? I've been in the game long enough to know there is always going to be a new thing. Boom. No, it's just letting things get messy. I'm a big fan of letting things get messy. I'm a big fan of... What the fuck is that? I don't know. Let me try to draw it real quick. I hope this is in frame. I don't know. I don't know if this is in frame or not. So I really hope this is. If not, I'm gonna have to record some of this again. Like this shit. I like this. The chaos, the movement. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. That feels bad. You know, it's crazy to think that if someone else had been president, the White House wouldn't be getting torn up right now. It'd be pretty crazy if the White House wasn't getting torn up if for a ballroom. Would have been pretty crazy if somebody else had one. But, you know. Anyway, Pokemon. Pokemon based off of a Pokemon card because I really liked the color scheme. So I was like, ooh, let me just steal that. It's interesting seeing how shit does not necessarily work out. It's interesting how sometimes you have to close a door for a new one to open. Oh, Death and Decay. I do enjoy that. I do enjoy Death and Decay. Plants. I don't have to completely start from scratch. I do love me some women. Ooh. Maybe some like Venus flytrap women. That's dope as fuck, dude. That shit right there, dope as fuck. Oh, like this shit? I'm starting to get a little bit awake now. Afrofuturism. That's what it is. Afrofuturism. probably recording, so here's my thumbnail. Here's my thumbnails.